exercise 4.3. It's the question number 7. I am reading it for you. The difference of squares of two numbers is 180. The square of the smaller number is 8 times the larger number. Find the two numbers. Okay. Now here two numbers are there. One of them is larger, then another is smaller. But do we know the larger number? No. So let's start the solution of question number 7. Let the larger number be x. We are considering let the larger number be x. Okay. For larger number, if we are considering x, what about smaller number? They have given, this line is very important. I am reading it again for you. The square of the smaller number is square of the smaller number. So let's note down square of the smaller number, that is we are given 8 times the larger number. 8 times the larger number means what it will be? It will be 8x. Once again I am explaining. Look at your screen. Let the larger number be x. Here we are given square of the smaller number. Square of the smaller number, the same statement I am writing, that is 8 times the larger number, so it will be 8x. Got it? So my dear student, here if I ask you the square of larger number, square of the larger number, then what it will be? Square of the larger number will be x square, because x is the number, so its a square will be x square. Now in the very beginning line, they have given the difference of the square of two numbers. Difference of the square of the two numbers, it means first number is x square, bigger larger number square, minus, difference means minus, larger number square minus square of the smaller number, that is 8x. So I need to mention this is 8x. This is the square of the smaller number. Be careful, don't write all the way square, because this number is already a square. So x square minus 8x. This is the difference of larger and smaller, that is we are given 180. So this is our equation. Now it's easy to solve. Let me bring this 180 to left side, so it will be minus 180, that is equal to 0. Now we want to have the factors of 180, such a factor so that it should be 8. So we know, dear student, 180, it has 18 into 10. Agree? 18 into 10 by applying, splitting the middle term. So here this number, big number sign will be minus and this will be plus. So now let's solve further, but you keep this thing in the mind. We have assumed the larger number as an x and the square of the smaller number is 8x. Okay, now this is our equation. In this equation I am splitting it like minus 18x plus 10x. So let's solve that. Let's try to find its roots. So my dear student, here the equation is x square minus 8x minus 180 equal to 0. So as I told you, we want to find its roots. So I have here the middle term splitting, minus 18x plus 10x, and here minus 180 equal to 0. Let me make a pair. From these first two, I am taking out x common. So I will have x minus 18 inside the bracket, plus from both of these terms 10 is common, so here x minus 18 equal to 0. Both of these brackets similar, so let me write it one time, and x plus 10 in another bracket, that is equal to 0. Therefore x minus 18 equal to 0 or x plus 10 equal to 0. This is quite easy. Therefore x equal to 18 positive or x equal to minus 10. So these two are the roots of the given equation. Now how to justify, how to find the answer? So here we are having two cases. Two cases indicate because the number can be negative also. Number can be negative also. Any number it is given. It is not given, it is positive. Any number. So we have to consider this as a case 1 and this we are considering as a case 2. So first in a case 1 I am considering here, let me give the heading case 1 because two cases are there. So case 1. Under this heading, let's go with this. If x equal to 18, if x equal to 18, then let's note down the larger number. What is the larger number? If I ask you to mention the larger number, then x already we have considered, that will be as a larger number, and we need to find the smaller number according to that. So first, let's note down here. First, we are finding the square of the smaller number. Actually, x is 18 already with us, so one of the number is 18. Now, square of the smaller number, we are going with that. Square of the smaller number. What we have assumed for that, you know? Square of the smaller number, for that we have assumed 8x. So, the number will be 8 into 18. What is the product of 8 with 18? It gives the result 144. The product of 18 8 144. And this is the square of the smaller number. Square of the smaller number is 144. So what will be the number? Square of the number is 144. Square of the smaller number. So we know that 144 is a perfect square of 12. Let's go with that. Now, here square of the smaller number 144. So let me note down again. Square of the smaller number, that is coming 144. Agree? But dear student, we know that square of the smaller number 144. So what will be the smaller number? Therefore, smaller number is. Now dear student, 144 is a square. It's a perfect square. It's a perfect square of 12. But dear student, be careful. It can be a perfect square of negative number also. Because we know that minus 12 square is also 144 and plus 12 square is also 144. Then again here two options is there. Smaller number can be positive 12 plus 12 and smaller number can be minus 12. So according to this case 1, the first result we need to write that therefore those numbers are. Therefore, those numbers are, which are the options? First, x equal to 18, larger number 18 we have considered, and along with that it can be plus 12. Smaller number can be 12. And second option, if not then or. It's or. If not, then smaller number, larger number is already 18 because we have started with this only, x equal to 18. If not, along with that, the smaller number will be minus 12. This is the answer through the case 1. Okay. Now, similar procedure we are applying for case 2. Let's try to understand. As we know that here case 2 we got the value x equal to minus 10. Now let's try for this. As we know that x is a larger number. So the value of larger number is minus 10. Then what about smaller number? So let's work out on this smaller number. Square of the smaller number. Square of the smaller number, that is we know 8x. So, my dear student, here 8 into, in place of x, I should write minus 10. So, it will be minus 80 is coming. Now, is it possible to find a smaller number negative and it's a square? Is it possible to find the square of smaller number whose square is minus in negative? It's not possible. In this case, we need to write it's not possible. So here I need to mention it is not possible. I am mentioning further. Let's complete it. But we know that. But we know that square of a number. Square of a number. Square of a number is always positive. Is always positive. That's why. What should we write? X equal to minus 10 is not possible. X equal to minus 10 is not possible. Right? So this is in case 2, but we need to write hence the numbers are. Final answer what we got in the case 1. Hence those numbers are. Hence those numbers are. Which one we were having? One was 18 and 12, or another pair 18 and minus 12. So this is the complete solution. Now you may have the question, ma'am, can't we write or directly wherever we got x equal to minus 10 and 18 at the same place, can't we write this? Not possible. No, because in the question we are not given the number is positive or negative, right? That's why, dear student, we need to mention this thing, and as a case 2 we have to sort out. And because of the square root of negative number not possible, that's why we can say that only this option is the correct one, which is in a case 1. But if you miss out mentioning the case 2, maybe you lost the marks in the exam. Fine. So please, it's a compulsory to mention as a 2 cases. So this is the complete solution. I hope it's clear to you. So, my dear student, question number 8 is on your screen. A train travels 300 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. Now let's begin the solution. Dear student, here the speed of a train we are not knowing. So we are beginning our sum with that only by assuming. Let the speed of the train be. Let the uniform speed, okay? Let the uniform speed of the train be. We are assuming it is a speed, so it is x kilometer per hour along with the unit. Please keep this in mind, x kilometer per hour. Okay, this is the speed of a train, uniform speed of a train. Now, as we know that time, now time it is taking in 360 to cover 360 kilometers. So we need to mention time taken to cover 360 kilometers. As we know that time equal to distance upon speed. You know very well this thing. Time equal to distance upon speed. So if I work out on this, then distance is 360 kilometers and the speed already we have assumed that is x. So this time is in hour. This is actually time. So time equal to 360 divided by x, that is in hour. Okay, this is in hour. This is the first ratio. Now we are given further time taken to cover this kilometer means 360 kilometer when the speed is increased by 5 kilometer per hour. Now speed increased. Speed increased indicate that it was x kilometer per hour in the beginning, uniform speed. Now 5 kilometer is increment in the speed. So now the speed is x plus 5 kilometer per hour. So dear student, the distance remains same. Distance remains same. So again time equal to distance upon speed. Now distance remains same, that is 360. But speed is increasing. Speed increasing, so time taken will be decreasing. This ratio will be decreased. And this is in hour. This is our second option. Once again, I am explaining very important question. First of all, dear student, we are considering the uniform speed of the train, that is x kilometer per hour. Clear? Now, here we are given in the question, the time taken to cover this is 360 kilometer. This much is distance. So, how to find time? We know time equal to distance upon speed. As we know the formula, speed equal to distance upon time, by cross multiplication making the subject to time here distance upon speed. Distance is constant 360 kilometer. What is the speed which we have assumed uniform speed? It was x. So the time is 360 divided by x in hours. This is in hour. This is result 1. Speed increased. How much speed is increasing? 5 kilometer per hour. So it was in the beginning x kilometer and now 5 kilometer increasing. So it is x plus 5 kilometer per hour. So we need to find the time. Again, distance upon speed. Distance is constant 360 kilometer and speed is increasing. Dear student, please remember, if the speed of a train is increased, then the time, this ratio is decreased. Okay, time will taken by a train to complete this much distance will be less than whatever it is in the beginning. Now let's try to form the equation. So our equation will be 260 divided by x minus 360 divided by x plus 5 equal to 1 hour. Actually, they have given us, it would have taken 1 hour less. 1 hour less, of course, because 1 hour it is coming less because speed increase. So this quantity decrease. So bigger will be this, smaller will be this. So the difference of this time, this is 1 hour. So this is a real equation. Now it depends on us how we are going to simplify. If I want to take out 360 as a common from numerator, then I will have here 1 by x minus 1 upon x plus 5. That is equal to 1. Therefore, 360 is already there. So here x plus 5. Let's have the cross multiplication. So x plus 5 minus x1 ja x and denominator x and x plus 5 is already there. That is equal to 1. Therefore, plus x minus x cancel. So what is left here? In the numerator 360 multiplied by 5. So let me write it here. It is in product, right? And here this, both of this I am multiplying, cross multiplying with this. So x into x plus 5. Now let's convert into a simple equation, that is quadratic equation. So let's multiply 360 multiplied by 5 gives the result 1800. And here x into x, x square minus 5 into x is 5x. So I am bringing 1800 to that side. So I will have x square minus 5x minus 1800, which is equal to 0. So my dear student, here 1800, we want to have the factors of 1800. Such a factors so that we should have 5 as a difference of that. So it's very easy. The factors of 1800, here I am mentioning 1800. We know it is 180. 180 is 92 cha. 92 cha indicate that it is 40 into 45 into 4. 180 can be written as 45 into 40. So I need to mention here 45 into 40. When you multiply, we will have 1800, and the difference of this is coming 5. So the sign, how to decide? If I split it, this will be minus and this will be plus. So two factors which we want to find of this quadratic equation. For that, this is the middle term splitting technique. So in this technique, 45, this is 40. So I'm going to I'm going to substitute here in place of this, and let's find its the roots. So this is our quadratic equation. So our equation in that, after applying the middle term splitting, we got these two, minus 45 plus 40, and this minus 1800 equal to 0 is already there. Now let me make a pair. From first pair I am taking x common from first two terms. Then x minus 45 will be left inside. From these two terms I am taking 40 common. So here it will be 45 4 ja 180. So it will be, and 0 is already there. So one of the bracket is x minus 45, another is x plus 40, which is equal to 0. Therefore, x minus 45 equal to 0 or x plus 40 equal to 0. Therefore, minus 45 will move to that side. It will be plus 45. And of course, this will be minus 40. And dear student, as we have assumed x as a speed of the train, and it can't be negative. Here, the speed of the train can't be negative. So, this is not possible. X equal to minus 40 not possible. We need to mention, because speed of a train, speed can't be negative. Speed can't be negative. Here, so the speed of the train will be 45. Let's note down the final answer now. So x equal to minus 40 not possible. So x equal to 45. So dear student, in a statement form we need to write here, therefore the speed of a train, therefore the speed of a train, that is original speed, you can say, in bracket you can mention original or a uniform, original speed or a uniform speed of a train, that will be 45 along with the unit kilometer per hour. So this is the required result. This sum is very important for the examination purpose also. So please practice this sum again and again. So dear student, this is also one of the most important question. Question number 9 on your screen. Two water taps together can fill a tank in 9 3/8 hours. The tap of larger diameter takes 10 hours less than the smaller one to fill the tank separately. Find the time in which each tap can separately fill the tank. Very easy question. Let's try to understand what we are given in the question, and let's try to find the solution of it after making the proper equation. Dear student, here two types of tapes are there. Which two types of? You can see here in the question. One of them is smaller tape, another is larger tape. Here, one of is smaller tape and larger tape. So if we do not know the speed of the water, how much time it is taking in completing that. So what we are going to do, let's start the solution, and we are assuming x time duration x for smaller tape. So dear student, we need to start. Let the smaller tape takes smaller tape takes X hours. Actually, here it is not given. So for that, how much time it is taken? The smaller tape is taking X hours. Okay. Number of hours, it is X to fill the tank. To fill the tank. This we are assuming in the first. Now, what about the larger tape? What about the larger tape? See, dear student, larger tape will take less time than the smaller tape because you know the diameter of the tape in that difference is here. Larger tape must have the diameter of the tape is this much, so the flow of the water will be good amount of the flow of the water from the bigger tape than the smaller tape, right? So obviously smaller tape will take much time and this will take less than that. Clear? This tape will take the time in filling the tank. So dear student, here we can consider the bigger tape will take less time than the smaller tape. So let's work out and let's try to find the to fill the tank. So larger tape will take X minus 10 hours. So this time is taken by larger tape. Now dear student, here we are given portion of the tank filled by larger tape in 1 hour. Portion of the tank. Let's go with that. Portion of the tank. Portion of the tank filled by the larger tape. Filled by the larger tape. Now dear student, portion, how can we decide? So far the portion is a fractional part. So full tank is to cover the full tank, obviously one part. Full is 1. And how much time taking? X minus 10. So the ratio, that is the fractional ratio of the portion, we will indicate with 1 upon X minus 10. Right? Now, some more steps we are given. Portion of the tank filled by the larger tape in hours we are given. So let's note down here first. Portion of the tank filled by larger tape. Filled by larger tape. What it is given? That is 8, 9, 3 by 8 hours. Okay, so let me note down this. So portion of the larger tank filled by larger tape that we are given in fractional form, that is 9, 3 by 8 hours. Let's convert them into normal fraction. 9 8 is 72 plus 3, 75 by 8 hours. Okay, so we know that. Now we compare. Actually we want to find the, that is this much. So portion of the tank filled by larger tape is, that is we are considering 1 upon X minus 10. This ratio already we found. This much is portion. This we are going to multiply with the time. Okay, here is not a concept of speed or a time like that. It is actually portion. It's a fractional part. Okay, fractional, how much time is taken, like that. Okay, so if we simplify, then I should have here 75 by 8 and this much is. So I need to write 75 numerator. No such a cancellation possible. 8 and in bracket X minus 10. So let it be as it is. Now we need to find for the smaller tank also. So dear student, I am considering this as a result number 1 after the product with this 75 and 8 into X minus 10. This is for larger tape. Now same procedure we are going to apply for the smaller tape. So similarly we can say, similarly portion of the tank filled by smaller tape is portion of the tank filled by smaller tape in that much time. Time will remain same. This time will remain same. That is in, I am mentioning in this 75 by 8 already we have converted. So that is in hours. So what it will be? If I move with that for the smaller tape, of course, this for the smaller tape it is 1 upon x. So here I need to write 1 upon x into the same time duration 75 by 8. So it will be 75 upon 8x. I should write here 75 upon 8 into 8 is 8x. Let me call this is as a result number 2. Fine. Now both of the tapes we are starting together. Then how much time it is taking, that is already they have given. Okay. In the we are given here, find the time in which each tape can separately fill the tank. Okay. So let's work out. Let's work out on one number and two number results. Now the portion of the tank filled by bigger tape is what it was we have, that was 75 upon 8x in bracket 8x minus 8 into x minus 10, and the portion filled by the smaller tape, that is 75 upon 8, and that is the complete full tank will be filled with that. Therefore, we can take out 75 by 8 common. You can see it is available in both of this term. So for easy, here x minus 10, 1 upon x will be left, that is equal to 1. Let's take the LCM of this in the bracket. Here x plus, here it will be multiplied with this x minus 10. LCM is x into x minus 10, that is equal to 1. X plus x is, you know very well, x plus x is 8. So here x plus x is 2x minus 10, and here this x and x minus 10, that is equal to 1. Therefore, my dear student, here cross multiplication, there isn't any option except this, need to multiply. So these terms will be multiplied here. So 75 this side in bracket 2x minus 10. This all these whatever available in the denominator, I need to multiply here this side. So this will be the simplest form. 75 to ja 150x minus 75 into 10 750, 8x into x, 8x into x is 8x square, minus 8x into 10 is 80x. So next step, all these terms I am bringing to that side. So 8x square minus 80x, both of these terms are already here at the right side. I am shifting this 150 to this side, so it will become minus 150, and this minus 750 will become plus 750, that is equal to 0. Now we know minus 150 minus 80 gives the result minus 230. So our equation will become, so dear student, the equation will become 8x square minus 80 minus 150, that is minus 230x, and plus 750 equal to 0. This is the normal quadratic equation. So let's have the first, I am taking 2 common from all this, then I should have here 4x square, means dividing each and every term by 2. So it will be 115x plus 750 divided by 2, so it will be 375 equal to 0. Now dear student, we want to have the factors of this with this as a middle term splitting method. 375 with 4. So the factors of these are 375, it's a factor, let's find it's a factor, so it will be divisible by 5. So 5 7 ja 35, 5 5 ja 75 5 ja. Okay. And this 4 is already there. So its factors are 2 into 2. Some more factors we can have. If we work out on this, then we can go with this also. Because we want 115 here. So here we need to find the factors of 75 bit 5. 75 again we know it's the factors of 25 teacher. This is already there. 2 into 2 already there. Let me set this. You know very well 3 5 ja 15. Let me put the factors of 2 2 ja 4, 25 2 ja 50, 50 2 ja 100. So factors are minus 100 and minus 50. Right? This is the right solution. Now let's work out. Now it's correct. 4x square minus 100x minus 15x plus 375 equal to 0. Now we can take out common. Now it will be easy. 4x. So x minus 25 4 ja 100. From these two terms, 15 is common because of minus sign. I need to change the sign. 25 into 15, 375. So both of these brackets similar. So first is x minus 25 in one bracket. In another bracket, 4x minus 15 equal to 0. Clear? Now it's absolutely correct. So dear student, these two are the factors of the quadratic equation, right? So let's simplify. If I work out on that, then x minus 25 equal to 0. Another is 4x minus 15 equal to 0. Therefore, x equal to 25 and another is x equal to this 15 will move to that side, minus 15 will be plus 15, and this 4. This is in fraction form. X equal to 15 by 4. So these two are the factors. These two are the actually they are the zeros of this polynomial. Okay, but this is you can consider. Actually, we are given 15 by 4. If I divide 15 by 4, it will be, what is the simplification of this? If we divide, then 3.75, which is less than 10. How can it possible? Because in the beginning given, we have considered the simplification of this is coming 3.75. Okay, as we have seen x minus 10. If you remember, we have mentioned for the bigger tape x minus 10, 1 upon time taken. Then if I subtract 3.75 minus 10, is it possible? No. That's why, dear student, for this it is not possible. It's not possible. Reason behind it, I have explained you, because we have assumed x minus 10 time is taken by bigger tape. That is x, its the value is 3.75 minus 10, it will become negative. Time can't be negative. So this is not possible. So valid answer is x equal to 25. So we need to mention here where x equal to 20. So let's go with that. So the larger tape fills the tank. Therefore, larger tape fills the tank. That is x minus 10. It was not larger tape for that x minus 10. So that is 25 minus 10. That is 15 hours. How much time is taken for the larger tape? That is for 50. And 25 hours is for smaller tape. I am mentioning here time, or if not, then mentioning weight. So time taken for the smaller tape is x equal to 25. So it is 25 hours. So this is time taken for smaller, and this one 15 hours is the time taken for the larger tape. This is the solution complete over here.